If you've ever dreamt of studying in Europe, I mean fully funded scholarship that covers tuition, travel, insurance, and even monthly allowance, then this Erasmus Mundus scholarship might just be your golden ticket. And the best part, you can even study in 2 to 3 countries with just one master program. So let's dive into it. Hello Fine Girl Nation, and welcome back to Fine Girl Abroad channel, where I share study abroad tips, relocation tips, how to navigate life abroad with a sprinkle of that soft life we all deserve, you know now. But before we go, a quick disclaimer: I am not a visa or immigration agent. Everything I shared across all my social media pages is based on my personal experience and experience of the others. So let's dive into the business of the day. The Erasmus Mundus scholarship is a European Union fully funded scholarship that allows all international students from all over the world to study a joint master program in 2 or more countries. But for you to be eligible for this scholarship, you must have a bachelor's degree or equivalent as at the time of application. You can apply from any country in the world. There is no specific age limit, and each program has specific requirements. So I strongly advise you to visit the program you intend applying for specific requirements based on degree, language requirements, and others. The application usually starts around October to January, especially for people that are interested in scholarship or you intend to apply for the scholarship. But if you want to do self-funded, then some of the application extend to March. But if you are bent on applying for the scholarship, then I strongly advise you that you should apply during the October to January intake, which means that some of the applications are currently open now, which means that they are accepting application. And also, there is no central application system for the Erasmus Mundus scholarship, but there is an official Erasmus Mundus catalog website, which I'll be linking to this video, where you can actually find the courses available and link to apply, as well as their eligibility, the requirement, and how to actually upload your documents. But in general, you'll be needing your degree certificate and an official transcript, a motivation letter, 2 recommendation letter, CV, and majorly in Europass format. If you don't know how to go about the Europass format, you can drop it in the comment section for me to make a video on how to actually go about your Europass format CV. I'll make a video about it if you want me to. Then English language proficiency proof, be it your IELTS, TOEFL, PTE, and kindly know that for this scholarship, most of the time they don't accept language proficiency, but you can use the language proficiency if you are not fully interested in the scholarship, maybe for admission. But if you're interested in the scholarship, I strongly advise you to write an IELTS exam or TOEFL, and make sure that you actually meet the required score. So right now, I'm going to show you how to find the Erasmus Mundus program for you, the one that fits your field, and how you can actually start your application on the official website. And do not forget that I already attached link to the official website in the description box. Please check. So welcome to the official website of the Erasmus Mundus scholarship, where we have over 226 course. As you can see, we have over 226 course. So you can actually make use of the filter. So just for you to actually make your search faster, you can just input the keywords, the university if you have it in mind, your field of study as well. And can you see we have covers across all discipline. Like this actually covers across all discipline, but for the purpose of this video, I will actually be making use of masters in public health, which is currently open amidst other applications. Yeah, can you see? So this should open in a new tab for me. So while we waited for it to load, yeah, so this is masters in what? Public health. So if you want to know what it covers, this is the objectives of the program, the structure, the integration, awareness, which you should take your time to go through. But I'll start by going through the what applications, and for the application we have the application and selection procedure, as well as the admission requirement. At the application and selection procedure, so that you can actually understand what it takes for you to apply to the course. So applications are currently opened, and it has been open since October 8th, and the deadline is January 8th. Yeah, so this is the best time for you to actually apply, and if you've not written your test, you can actually you still have time. This is still November, you can still write your IELTS or TOEFL test. So this is the deadline for the application. Can you see? for people that actually for it is 8th of January 2026 for people that actually want the scholarship. But if you can do self-funding, the application will still extend to March 25th 2026, 12 p.m. European time. Then for visa purpose, they strongly advise that you need a visa to study in their first country before they apply. Yeah. If you actually have all the requirements, you can submit your application on the website through this link. Can you see it as is clickable? I will actually be attaching this link also to the description box of where you can actually start your application. But do not forget that this is for public health, people in public health, and not other courses. The course is actually completely taught in English with all the supporting document. And before you submit your application, please read carefully the admission requirement and instruction. It is very, very important. That is very, very important. Yeah. So the evaluation criteria, you can go through it. The interview will actually take place 18th of February. That is, selected candidates should get a notification before that day for the interview, since the application closes by January 8th. And yeah, then the format of the interview is actually a 15-minute interview. The selection results are announced within 9 weeks after each completion. So that is that. You can watch videos from previous people that have created tips for the applicant. If you watched to this point, kindly subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, because I'll be dropping updates about how to navigate scholarship in Europe. And also, University of Padova is open for admission for first call. Then the admission requirements. Let's come to the admission requirements. So it's a 2-year program from any discipline. If you must have at least bachelor's degree, and you must come from background that your previous background should be related to health or related discipline or social sciences, as you can see. Then for you to be eligible for this program, these are the words. You have to have a bachelor's degree, be proficient in language. Then you have to submit an online application. I'll drop the link to actually do that for you. So, and as for the language requirement, if it is if your language will be in English, these are the requirements. These are the test score that they actually accept. Can you know that you cannot use proficiency certificate for Erasmus, maybe for the admission, but not for the scholarship. So this is the requirement with the overall band score of 6.5 IELTS and not less than 6.0, which means that your reading, writing, listening, and speaking shouldn't be less than 6.0 in each one. Yeah. So as well as for other requirements of other languages. So list of the document to actually provide, list of document to provide, document to submit. You have a copy of your valid ID or a copy of a valid passport for non-European and valid passport or ID card for European, your curriculum vitae, that is your CV, which is strongly advised that it should be in Europass format. If you want me to make a video of how to actually make CV in Europass format, you can drop it in the comment section. Then your motivation letter with maximum of 600 words should be in English. You should know what motivation letter is. If you don't know too, you can ask me to drop a video about that. Certified true copies of previous education, your bachelor's degree, you have to submit it in English, or you sworn it affidavit. Then official transcript. Can you see that it is not just transcripts, not your student copy? For this application, you need your official transcript. Evidence of language proficiency, which we've already explained below, majorly IELTS, TOEFL, PTE, or the like. Then we have recommendation letter to be actually be filled by your referee. And kindly know that your referee should be people that are related to academics or proof. Then a proof of current place of residence at the time you are enrolling. Which document that you can use can be your internet, your electricity bill, housing invoice. Just depends on the country that you're actually applying from. Then additional document for people that are actually applying for schools that are in University of Leeds. This is it. So just make sure that you take your time to go over it and read the requirement. Every information you need is actually on this website. So let's move to one of the most important parts, which is funding your studies. So let's start with. So funding your study. So here are the available options, the participation cost, the funding opportunities that are available, and the living cost. So let's start with the participation cost. So participation cost for European health program are as follow: is 18,000 euros for 2 years to study for non-European. If you are non-European, it is 18,000, and if you are European, it is what? 13,000. Upon request, the participation fee can be paid in three installments: 40% by June, 30% by November, and 30% by March. So, and here is what the participation fee include. Kindly note that the participation fee does not include accommodation, food, and what? Travel. So that is that about what? The participation fee. So you'll be needing an health insurance that is actually in compliance with Erasmus Mundus. And you don't have to worry about the health insurance again because they are already included in the participation costs. But you are responsible for purchasing additional insurance coverage if you need to be in compliance with social welfare, blah blah. So let's move on to the funding opportunities. In this section, we can find what resources about what funding opportunity available for your program. So we have what the Erasmus Mundus Joint Master Scholarship, the fee waiver, the mobility grant for 2 years, the international scholarship browser, scholarship offered in the different host universities, scholarship offered by countries or region, advice from students and European public health program. So let's take them one by one. For the Erasmus Mundus scholarship, if you are able to actually be nominated, have what? A monthly allowance of 1,400, health and accident insurance, full coverage of participation fee, which means you don't have to pay from the participation fee. If you wish to apply for this scholarship, please ensure that you submit your application by this deadline. So that means if you are interested in this scholarship, this is your time to submit. If you actually submit after the deadline, that means you are doing self-funding. And if you've previously received Erasmus Mundus Joint Scholarship, you are not eligible for this scholarship again. So that's that about it. What about, let's assume you didn't get that one. Let's look at their fee waiver. And so if you didn't get the scholarship, you can get a tuition waiver. Also, there's what we call the mobility grant for the first year. Student can apply. You can apply for, so students that are enrolled in Dublin, Granada, Leeds, they can apply for what? Erasmus Mobility Grant. The amount is around 200 to 300 euros per month, depending on your destination country. Just take your time to go over it. Other available international scholarship browsers. Yeah. So these are actually website that you can actually find funding opportunities for your program. Yes, you can go into it, type them on Google and go to the official website to read how the calls work. Then scholarship offered by different what host university. If for Ireland, they have what Government of Ireland scholarship, University of College Dublin. For every university participant, they also have what their scholarship available. Just make sure that you go over it. So yeah, scholarship offered by different countries or region. So North American have scholarship, South American. Just take your time to go over each one. Can you see it's even clickable? Just click on it, then you read more about the scholarship. And if you need help, you can click on what contact. Then there is a contact form for you to message them your first name, your country, anything, yeah, the country email, then the subject and your message. How do you hear about them? Click on this box. After filling it, then you actually this submit button actually becomes what? Open. So that's that about what applying for the what public health. So if you want to, if there are other courses that you would love to apply for, so this is linguistic and data science also. If we click on it, so here can you see for the linguistic and data science also. Oh, application for this cohort opens on November 3rd. Can you see people that are in linguistic or data science? It actually opens on it. So if you need information, you can just click here. So if you want to know about the cost and what funding, so know about the cost and funding, you get this is the scholarship available. So for this particular course, it's just 15 scholarship that will be available from 2026 to 2028, which means that it will be highly competitive. And if you want to do self-funding, this is the amount for self-funding. So just go, make sure you go. I'll make sure that I attach every link that you actually need if you want to apply, the timeline, how to apply, which contains all the requirements also. So Yeah. And if you come back to this catalog, can you see it contains different courses? Just make sure if you cannot be going one by one, you can actually use the filter here. You can actually use the filter here, searching your keyword. If you want to use to filter by university, your field of study, just put it here, type the information. So that is that you find something related to you, and I wish you all the best. So that's how to apply for the Erasmus Mundus Joint Master Scholarship, which is one of the most prestigious and generous scholarship in the world, and people like you get it every year. If you found this video helpful, kindly give it a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend it to more people like you. And if you are planning to apply, kindly hit that subscribe button, because I'll be breaking more scholarship details and how to apply for them step by step. Do not forget to drop your question in the comment section. I may make a detailed video about it. Arika is signing out, and do not forget to stay soft, stay glowing, and keep chasing that abroad dream, because they are valid. Bye besties.